Marketing is all about profitable growth, and profitability comes down to lifetime value over the cost of acquiring a customer. And many marketers know that acquiring customers takes content. But here's the problem: AI has made content cheap, identical, and infinite. Everyone sounds the same. And sameness doesn't convert, it decays. Creating content that actually cuts through is hard. You have to find a consensus, take a different angle that breaks the noise, research it properly, draft it in your brand voice, strip it of anything that puts your brand at risk, and then justify the cost back to the business at scale against real MQL conversion and pipeline targets. That's a lot of different jobs. Many marketers today choose to throw a large prompt into AI to get to a first draft. The challenge of this is that stuffing everything into one prompt means that there isn't enough space to take each individual step seriously. Alternatively, many people will pay an agency. However, this can add time and cost to any project. You see, the key insight was the problem was never AI. It was about how AI was leveraged. And this is where agents come in to drive intentionality at each step, which enables enterprise scale. And that's why I built UniqVoice, which helps you create compelling content that converts. So let's see it in action. We first start by capturing you. We begin with a voice note that you can record automatically or upload. In this case, I'm going to upload it. And a multimodal Gemini model listens to the audio directly and extracts your tone, your rhythm, the way you build an argument. This becomes your voice profile, and it's what makes the output authentic to you. The next step is about choosing a topic. I know right now the World Cup is going on and hydration breaks are quite contentious, so I'm going to scan for that. And essentially what happens here is that our agent is going to look at what's already out there, the angles people are taking, and why those are trending. And this is where human in the loop matters, because you choose the angle, you decide what conversation you want to be part of. I like the idea of player performance and health, so I'm going to choose that. And once you've picked the angle, the multi-agent pipeline kicks in. It searches the live web through an MCP connection, and every source goes through a guard first. It only keeps reputable sources, and if using something reputable would violate its terms of use, it gets dropped. So the research underneath your content is actually vetted. This takes a moment. So instead of a spinner, you watch it happen. Each agent live, handing off from one to the next. And what you can see here is the agent going out there and doing some research. And you can see here some of the articles it's blocked because of terms of use. So you can see here too, Reuters articles have been blocked, but Forbes and Wired are okay. This is going to take a little bit more time. So during this process, I want to talk to you about the architecture. And what you'll see here, it's on this neat diagram. A fast API, a web app wraps everything. A one-time voice onboarding feeds every run. Then 6 agents run in sequence. First a trend scout, then reading the field, finding the gap, drafting, guarding, reporting, passing the work down in a chain with MCP tools for live research, a security guard on every source, and 2 points where you stay in control. One thing I want to call out here specifically is the drafter. You see, the drafter always reads the subject of the content and never the source text, which is really, really cool because you separate the research from actually what you're creating so that you don't mix your tone in any meaningful way. And all of this was built in anti-gravity, the coding agent, as well as the IDE, and the front end was built in Stitch. So let's go back to see how the run is going. And you can see here the run's actually completed altogether. So right at the top, you see the unique angle, the angle nobody was taking. And you can see here that it's about how teams are using the hydration break for coaches tactically. Below, you can see the return on investment or the ROI based on assumptions. Here, you can read the full article written in your own voice. And as you scroll a bit further, you can see some of the sources that it referred to, as well as the system and policy logs. And all of this was just a few cents and in minutes, and I didn't handwrite most of this code. I directed AI agents to write it. My job was the judgment, the architecture trade-offs, and keeping it honest. And that was my lesson, shifting from prompting AI to designing systems with it. Thank you.